Welcome to Elevator Light. This is Anupriya Tirumurthy. I just delivered a speech at Toastmasters today, and the topic of the speech was tall tales. If you don't know what a tall tale is, it's basically an American folktale with exaggerated characters, narratives, incidents, and adventure. If you haven't watched a tall tale, go check out Pico's Bell and Paul Bunyan. Picture this. You are the owner of a food truck company, and one day you wake up and right opposite to your food truck you find another food truck. What a horrible news to wake up to. That is how it was for the hero of our story, Popeye the Sailor Man. Let me first introduce our hero, Popeye. He always has a smoking pipe with which he puffs and puffs and puffs smoke out of it. What's special about our hero is that he has a magical power with which when he eats a tin of spinach, he can do superhuman things. However, today's tale is going to be a spinach-free tale of Popeye. Imagine Popeye is in his restaurant trying to sweep the floor so customers can arrive. Sweep up, ta-da-da-da-da. Sweep up, ta-da-da-da-da. He sweeps the floor and dumps it in the dustpan and throws to the trash. Beep, 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 beep. Another food truck arrives and stops right opposite to Popeye's food truck. The door opens, the signboard pops up, and it reads Bluto's Kitchen. Bluto comes out of the food truck. Hey Popeye! Hey Bluto, that's unethical. Listen Rat, a little competition never hurt anybody. Hey Bluto, you better move this food truck elsewhere. Who's gonna make me do that? I am. Oh, you think you can make me do that? A customer passes by. Pardon me, gentlemen. Bluto and Popeye watches the customer. Ooh, customer! And they rushes to their food truck. Ding, 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 ding. Popeye says, the best meal in town served here. Ding, ding, ding. Bluto says, a 7-course meal for the price of a balloon. Popeye lays a red carpet to the customer. The customer thinks, ooh, red carpet? That must be a better restaurant. And he walks to Popeye's restaurant. But Bluto cleverly drives his food truck and parks it right in front of the Popeye's food truck. While the customer is trying to walk to Popeye's restaurant, he unknowingly walks into Bluto's restaurant. Now Bluto asks, what would you like to have, Paul? The customer says, a hamburger please, for which I will pay you tomorrow. Now, Bluto is preparing the hamburger and he brings the hamburger to the customer. But the customer is missing. Where did he go? Bluto opens the door and searches for the customer. There he finds Popeye lifting the customer in his chair and taking him to his restaurant. Bluto gets ferocious seeing that. However, here on the other hand, Popeye is asking the customer, my specialty today is baked beans. The customer says, I would love to have a portion of it, for which I will pay you tomorrow. And Popeye brings a cup of baked beans and places it for the Bluto is watching all this from the window of Popeye's food truck. And he quickly goes to his food truck and gets a bowl and pours Mexican jumping beans in it and comes to the window of Popeye's food truck and passes this bowl through the window. Now Popeye's baked beans fell down while the customer's table has Bluto's Mexican jumping beans. The customer unknowingly eats the jumping beans. After eating, his hat starts to jump, and then he starts to jump from the chair. He jumps back, back to Bluto's restaurant as per Bluto's plan. Now Bluto here serves a steak for you. Customer is ready to eat the steak. He grabs a fork and knife and he's ready to eat the steak. However, Popeye gets ferocious seeing that and brings a magnet and attracts the steak plate. So he's taking the steak plate with the magnet that is attracted and to Popeye's restaurant, while the customer is following the steak. On seeing all this, on the other hand, Bluto got ferocious. He comes to Popeye's restaurant and through the window, he sprays pepper. Now, after he sprays pepper, Popeye inhales that pepper and sneezes. The sneeze was so powerful that the customer was sitting right opposite to Popeye is blown from his restaurant to Bluto's restaurant. Now Bluto here makes a yummy spaghetti for the customer and serves the spaghetti. The customer has this one end of the spaghetti in his mouth. There comes Popeye, extremely ferocious, and he presses one side of the table, so the other side of the table goes up and the bowl slides down to Popeye. And Popeye takes the bowl while the customer has one side of the spaghetti in his mouth, and as Popeye takes his bowl to his restaurant, the customer follows. Now seeing this, Bluto is extremely ferocious and he turns into a monster. He takes a big barrel and he throws to Popeye. Popeye falls down, but he bounces back, recovers, and he takes a big water can and throws to Bluto. Now they both start throwing things at each other and everything is flying above. Kitchen utensils, pans, pots, tables, chair, food, everything is flying over the customer's head. Now, the customer seeing this rival, he grabs his hand and pulls a chair and sits on it. He raises his hand again and there comes a hamburger. He raises his hand again, there comes a ketchup and he eats a meal. Raises his hand again, there comes a full meal. Just with these two fighting, the customer snagged a full meal. What I got from the story is that if you compare yourself with other people and start fighting, then you will end up like Bluto and Popeye. Instead, don't compare yourself with any people. Just focus on yourself. Are you a better person when compared to yesterday? Are you a better version of yourself today? That's what matters. So don't compare and just focus on yourself. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.